In this video, I'm going to tell you that how you can create AI voice agents using Vapi and Make.com. Both are no-code tools, so there is no need of you to have a knowledge of these coding and all of those fancy stuff. Completely no-code, just some logic and dedication to learn it, and definitely you will learn it by time. And this tutorial will be a step-by-step guidance. I'll walk you through Vapi, how to prompt, how to set up these agents, connect LLM and each and every stuff. And after that, we will build a very small make.com automation, just a basic simple make.com automation, by which you will get to know about the understanding that how these apps are interconnected and how we will build like more complex situations. Definitely, we'll start with a simpler one. So let me just show you my computer screen and we'll start. So first of all, we are here on Vapi. As you can see here, this is the Vapi interface, such a beautiful. I'll cover up each and every section here. I'll try to make it as much as possible, like I how much I can cover in this video. So yeah, first of all, we'll cover up Vapi, and the second tool which we're gonna use is make.com. Probably you have heard of both of these tools. If not, then no issue. From today, you'll get to know about each and everything. So yeah, first of all, we'll use Vapi. In Vapi, we will connect all of those LLM. This basically this is the tool which give us the interface to connect LLM, TTS, STT models and combine them in a sense that we will create AI voice agent. So basically, we will connect all of those tools and we'll build the AI voice agent here on Vapi. And after that, to connect these like this agent with other apps and perform some automations and some other stuff, like if we are building an appointment setting system, we will have the calendar in the backend. We will have multiple scenarios like checking up the availability and after that booking up on the calendar, each and every stuff. So yeah, for that purpose we will be using make.com. So yeah, first of all, let me just show you the web interface. As you can see here, this is very great, by which we can just understand that what's going on. Like if you are handling up multiple agents which are taking multiple calls every single day, so it's very important to have some kind of this interface by which you will get to know that okay, so number of calls that we have done this. Also you can apply some filters out here. You can select a particular assistant and after that you can select a time zone, 6 months, 12 months. It's very great. So number of like every duration you will get total cost, average cost, and after that you will get a very great graph out there. So yeah, first of all, let's get into the sorry, assistant tab. So yeah, this is the interface where we are going to build up the assistant out here. So yeah, as you can see here, I have already built some of the assistants. Right, so I'll walk you through the complete interface, each and every. I'll try to make it as much as possible to cover up each and everything. So yeah, let me just show you how we will create the agent. So don't get annoyed or don't get hesitated by watching this and this graph and seeing all of those other options. Don't worry, you will get to know about each and everything. It's very simple. It just looks some kind of like crazy stuff, but it's very simple at this moment. So yeah, no need to get worried about that. First of all, as you can see here, here is a button of create an assistant. Already we have multiple options out here, pre-built templates, lead qualification, and stuff like that. But let me just start with the blank template. So let me just name out the agent like YT demo 1. Yeah, that's a pretty good name. And click on create assistant, and we have created our YT demo 1 assistant. As you can see here, we have multiple options out there. First of all, here is the cost, here is the latency. I'll tell you that what does it mean. Here is the provider. This is the basically LLM. We can choose multiple out here, and after that we have the system prompt. So let me just start with one by one. First of all, here is the cost. Definitely we will build the AI voice assistant. We'll be using multiple softwares out there. We'll be using LLM, we will be using STT, TTS models, 11 labs and DeepGram. Mostly we'll use those, and as LLM we'll be using OpenAI. So each and everything has a cost, but it's very very minimum cost. If we talk about that, Vapi has its own hosting cost, which is like just 5 cents per minute, and after that we'll be using it. All depends that which provider you are using, which version you are using, so it will be flexible throughout. So yeah, here you can see as orange we have the transcriber, which is the deep gram, and after that we have the model GPT 4o version. You can see the cost down below, and after that we have the voice. All right, so the voice provider will be using mostly time will be using either Vapi's own, or will be using 11 labs because those voices are pretty great. And this is the latency. Actually, the latency is very important topic, and it's very important for you to understand the concept of latency, because it's the thing that completely it's the core objective of our AI voice agent, which makes our agent like look similar to human agent. So latency is the time period, like you can just see here that these calculations are estimates. All right, so I'll get to this point later down. Latency is the time period between the response that we get from the agent. So yeah, as you can see, like let me just give you a scenario. I am talking to an agent and I say to him that, okay, so I am looking for this thing, or can you help me to book an appointment? I'll say to him, and the time I'll get between the response I get from him. So the time between the response we get from the agent is the latency. I hope you get what I mean. As if you know the other term, we can say it like a ping. If you are a gamer or you have some gaming experience, you will completely understand what I'm trying to explain here. So latency is something like about that, and we have some basic latency out here, 100 ms for the deep RAM, and the mainly the 4 model is taking 600 ms. We can use the lighter model for lesser latency, but it will be like definitely it won't be more efficient than the like greater model, but yeah, it will give us the advantage to have low latency and as well the lower cost. So that will be a cutting edge advantage for us. And after that we have the voice. Definitely the voice will take kind of latency because it needs to process all of those systems to get us the voice back after like converting it into the voice. I'll explain you each and everything. After that we have the, yeah, so each and everything is getting covered here. Let me just show you the model. So here we have different sections. First of all, we have the model where we will explain the main core of the AI voice agent. And after that we have voice. We can connect with the voice. Absolutely, we'll need a transcriber, because if I am talking to a voice agent, the agent cannot understand it directly. First, we will connect that voice to a transcriber, and we will have a transcript out there. That transcript will go to the LLM, which we will be using out here as the model, and it will process it according to this system prompt. So this is the thing. The system prompt is very important because it's the core thing of our AI voice agent, and according to that system prompt and all of those guidance, it will generate a response as we get on ChatGPT or on other models. And of that response, we will use again some kind of this model which we have as a voice model, like 11 labs, and it will generate that text into a voice, and we'll hear that back. So this is some kind of a rough scenario that I've told you, that what happens in the backend during this latency, this time around, like it has 150 ms, but I will try to make it less. So this is how the backend works. And we have transcriber. We can have some kind of tools is very important topic, because tools are very important at this moment, because when we need to pass some data to some other source, like definitely we'll be using mic.com. So tools will help us out there, very like it's a very important thing. Also we have some analysis. It doesn't make any sense if you are making these agents and these solutions if you don't have any kind of analysis. So we have a lot of sections here. Let me just pass through very quickly. And we have some advanced setting. We can add some privacy sections, or we can just try to control as maximum as possible to the behavior of agent. And also we have the widget section. If you have a website and you want your agent to get there, to get like tested, we can use this widget. All right, so let's start with the model. We have different providers out here, as you can see, but definitely I prefer to use OpenAI. You can see what works best for you, and we have different models out there. Also, you can see two things out here. First of all, you can see under the model, you will see the latency. So this is the particular latency of by using that particular model, we will get in our total latency. So as you can see here, this is the latency of GPT-4o model. So we will try to get that model in our system and try to integrate it in such a way that we will get the maximum efficient result, also the minimum price, also the minimum latency. So this is some kind of calculation which we'll be doing. So we can see different models. O3 model we have 4.0, 4.1, and definitely the latest 5, but it has some kind of great latency, so we won't be using that. Let's us like just select this one, GPT-4o mini cluster. As you can see, it is 1 cent per minute, and also it's the fastest, like 390 ms per, like it will have the latency of 390 ms. So we have selected that. This is the thing, first message mode. Actually, this is very important. You will tell the agent that after picking up the call, like after when you will connect it with your particular prospect or the person who is calling to you, who will speak first? Either the agent will speak first, or the or agent will wait for the person to say hello or hi or anything else, and after that the agent will start talking. So I prefer it to just as it is, like agent assistant speaks first, because it's way more easier, because if the other person is not speaking, then it will wait for a moment. So to avoid all of those systems things, I would like to avoid that. So we will be using assistant speaks first, and then we have the first message out here. The first message is very important. So whenever someone picks up the call, right? So if I am calling to this agent and agent picks up the call, the first message will be will be predefined. We'll define a great message out here, which will be predefined, and agent will say that message in any situation, right? So as you can see here, it's written here is has like hello. So we can do, let me just show you a quick sample. Hello, this uh, is Jack. How can you, sorry, how can I help you today? All right. So whenever I call to the agent will respond as hello, this is Jack. How can I help you? How can I help you today? So this is will be the first message. All right. So let me just move you to the very important part, which is the system prompt. As you can see here, this system prompt is the core. The system prompt is the basic of AI voice agent, because the system prompt is something by which we will be telling the agent its behavior, and we'll be telling that how you should work and what's your purpose, what's your role, what's your responsibility, what I am expecting from you, what to do and what not to do. So this is some kind of thing we'll be discussing in the system prompt. And also here we have files. We can make some kind of knowledge base. We can create a complete PDF, or we can use some kind of other information we have about the company, and we can attach that knowledge base out here. We can have a knowledge base of facts, the predefined facts, and it will include 50 facts with predefined answers, which the agent will be using during the call. So this is very important. We have max tokens. I'll keep it to around 200, so I don't want the answers to get too long or too short. Temperature is very important topic to understand, because temperature is like just let us just read this definition. The temperature is used to control the randomness of the output. When you set it higher, you'll get more random outputs. When you set it lower towards zero, the value are more. Okay, so understand it. Temperature is something like that, the authority you give to agent to cross the boundary, not even cross the boundary, but to use its creativity. So the more temperature you use, the more creative the agent will be. So sometimes, in some cases, it's not a right choice to have great temperature, because the agent will do whatever he want and it will mess up. So what I prefer to have the temperature is mainly 0.1, 0.2 maximum, because we'll be defining each and everything in the prompt, so that we don't need any kind of role of the agent in this thing. Will manage everything in the system prompt. All right, so let's talk about, finally we are here to talk about the prompt. Here is an example of a prompt which I have written. Let me just give you the step by step like walkthrough, that what are the core objectives of our great prompt, and what we should include and what we shouldn't. So first of all, we will talk about the identity. We will tell the agent that this is your identity, who are you, what, like on which project you are working, and each and everything. So in this identity, as you can see here, that I have already written, you are Sarah, a warm, confident and professional receptionist for this clinic based in this city. We have told the agent about the identity. You assist callers, friendly, happy tone, each and everything. Alright. And after that, we'll talk about the role, the core objectives of the agent. Welcome patients and guide them through booking an appointment. Definitely, what the agent will do in the first few seconds, it will welcome the patient, it will welcome the caller, and like it will guide him whatever need he bring with the call. Understand the treatment, each and everything, what do they want, don't talk about this and that, just stick to the point. After that, collect booking details clearly. Definitely the agent will take some kind of details from the caller, and after that we will confirm the appointment. So these are the roles. Capabilities is very important to tell the agent that what are your authorities, like what you can do. So this is very important. Book appointment between this and this time. So this is very important, because we have only, like you can just make it like maybe 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right. So book appointment between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Definitely we'll be picking calls on after hours, weekends, all the time, but we'll book on appointment only on between this time, and we will check up the calendar to see if the slot is available or not. And after that, we will collect the details, name, email, appointment type, like checking up that what kind of appointment the caller is looking for. And after that, some kind of other information. And as we are done with the capabilities section, we are entering into the call flow guide. We will give the example to the agent that how the call flow will look like. An example of the call, like first of all you will greet, and after that you will understand the needs, and after that you will confirm the availability, because the other person, because since this prompt is like it's written to train the AI voice agent for a dental clinic, sorry, the for the physiotherapist, we have mentioned all of the important things which could happen in the call. So a, like just a simple scenario I have created out here to give the agent as an example, so that it won't mess up. Data collection, redirection, warm up, each and everything. And after that, this is very important section. You'll define some rules so that the agent won't go here and there. This will be very important, because when you'll be covering this and this thing, the agent, at the end of the day, the agent is some kind of machine, and we cannot trust it completely. So for that reason, we have to explain some rules, some boundaries, so that the agent will follow that. Ask one question at one time. We don't want our agent to just bother question and just bombard questions on the other person. We don't want this thing. Keep sentences short. We don't want so that the agent will start a speech here. We don't want him. We want him to complete his sentence in just one to two sentences. Use some natural words, sound right, so that the conversation will look some kind of natural. And some other rules here and there. And at last, the tone and the manner, warm and confident, human like professional. So this is a sample prompt which I have shown you guys. Definitely we can have some kind of improvements in this modifications. We You can just simply make it according to you. No issue in that. So let me just copy it completely. Copy. And also let me just show you that if you want to like create a prompt for particular your business or something else, you can just head over to ChatGPT and you can say that you are a world class prompt engineer and you no really that have. All right, so we are assuming that you are preparing up an AI voice agent for a, let's suppose, restaurant. Okay, you are preparing it for, okay, so actually we have the inspirational for a physiotherapist. Let's create it for a simple doctor, right? So I want you to create a prompt for a general, actually make it child specialist, that will be good. Child specialist, I hope I spell it correct. Clinic. Here is my inspiration, and here we will paste up the inspirational prompt as here. Follow the sequence and the structure. Alright, and we'll just click on enter and the ChatGPT will do the rest of the work. As you can see here, completely, you don't have to do anything. As well, definitely later down you will be doing some kind of improvements in that, modifications. Definitely, if you want to make it 99.9% accurate, to show some accuracy, you need to test it again and again using some different prompts and each and everything. But we are just talking about on the base level to understand the logic and understand the concept. Just simply copy it here and just paste it here. Alright, so we have the complete prompt, each and everything that we have covered. Here we have publish. Always remember, whenever you make some kind of changes out here, just click on publish, because it's very important to save it. And let us just talk. Okay, first of all, let's us cover the voice model, and after that we'll have a talk with the agent. The voice configuration. Voice configuration is very important because definitely we'll be using a voice model to convert that text which we will get as an output from the LLM into voice. So we have multiple providers out here. Most of the time we'll be using Vapi or 11 Labs. So let's just use this time Vapi, and we have different voices out here. Let's go with Elliot. Let me just see the name. Actually, it's very important because I'm using a male voice, so the name should be uh, Jack. That's good. This is Jack. All right. Some additional configurations. This is very important because we want the call to look like very natural, not seem like an AI call. So we'll be using some kind of background sound so that it will look more engaging. So we have office sound, we have default, and we can add some custom sound out there. It's not a big deal. We have the transcriber. Definitely most of the time we'll be using deepgram to convert our voice into text, and after that we will send that text into the LLM to get processed according to our system prompt. And we have some other things. Tools, we come to tools later down. We have predefined functions, enable end of the call, end call function. Definitely when we are done with our discussion, the agent will like cut off the call. If we are unable to connect or we want to forward the call, we have this option out here, and we can just simply write any number, not any number, but your physical agent, because we can have some scenarios where we'll be using this thing. Because if the caller, if the client asks for something else which is not in the boundaries of this particular agent, it will completely just forward the call to a live agent to handle up that query. Custom functions and summary. This is very important because at the end of the day, when we are using this system, we need some kind of reports. So this will work very important at that moment when we will see the call logs. We will see a great summary out there of the call particular. We can just have a prompt here like, you are an expert note taker. You will given a some like transcript of a call, summarize this 2 to 3 sentences. Summary will tell us that what's in this call. Like we have had a call of 3 minutes, it will just completely tell us in just two sentences that what was happened in that call. So this is something how the summary works. Success evaluation, we will explain some kind of like fundamental things on on which we will evaluate that either this call is success or it's a failure. So that we will see that thing as well in the call logs. And we have some kind of structured data by which we will take some details from the user. We'll cover it later. Privacy, HIPAA compliance, we will cover it later because these are some kind of complex things. And I think we are done with most of the things. Also, we will be making some kind of more tutorials on Vapi, covering each and every thing in detail. Like the time strength will be a bit more longer. Maybe we will cover it in a 2 hour course, 3 hour course. So yeah, but at this moment it's very important to understand the basic and the fundamentals. So yeah, we are done with the model thing. We have we have learned that how this thing works, the importance of system prompt, how to write a prompt, how we can generate prompt for our need, and how we can control it, how we can have understood. We have learned about the models. We have learned about each and everything, the temperature, also the voice configuration. So yeah, I think we have covered the most of the things which are corely important at this moment. Let us just talk with the agent. Let's see what we have built. Hello Jack, how are you doing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I was just checking in, right? Like maybe you guys are available tomorrow at 2 p.m. because I just want a general checkup for one of my little brother. You can see his voice. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it will work for me. Just book it up. All right. So as you can see that this is working a bit well. Definitely we can have some kind of changes. So this is how the main interface of the Vapi that we have covered. Now the thing here is that this information we need to pass it over to some kind of CRMs or some kind of other details. We'll make some scenarios to book appointment, connect it with our Google Sheets. So this is something that we will cover today. For that, let me just cover up this section, which is tools. So the tools are very important because as you can see here, let me just show you tools. we can create some tools. Tools are basically like we can create some tool and we can have some calculations and we can have some processing on that particular information. So let me just create a custom tool out here and let me just name it tool data collection. We'll just cover up today just only. Okay, so we cannot give it a space data using some JavaScript syntaxes, no issue. Okay, so what I was saying, we will make this tool in such a way that we will pass through some information to our automation in the backend, and we will be using Google Sheets to track all of those data. So yeah, first of all, let us describe the tool name, and in the description we will tell the meaning to create this particular function, right? So we will tell that what's the purpose. We can just simply that this tool is responsible to send send over the data over using email, and actually I'm just going to cover up only three things: name, phone number, and the what you can say booking type. So either I want a specific need related to the checkup, or I just want a general checkup, or whatever I do I am looking for booking type. Actually, it will be far more good if we use checkup booking type. Alright, so let me just show you further. We will go down and down. As you can see here, we have multiple options out here, but you don't have to be worried about that. This is a very important thing: parameters. We will create parameters out here so that we will give a separate entry to particular like details that we want: name, we want phone number, we want checkup booking type. So we'll create like a separate entry for this to get that particular detail. Let me just show you. So property key will talk about the name, and it will be a string. So it is very important for you to understand the data types. We have different types of data types. We have string, we have boolean, we have numbers. So we'll be using all of those objects, arrays in some complex scenarios. So you should know that what are these data types. I'll make a separate video on this thing in future. But yeah, for this moment, no issue in that. If you are struggling to understand it completely, there is completely no issue if you are like struggling, because it's very normal. As you will like physically see this thing and you'll make one to two scenarios, it will be far more easier for you at this moment. All right, so we will describe the meaning of this particular thing. So to take the name of the user, so we have described that why we are using creating this one. So I will create like mark it up as required. This is very important because if I have marked it as required, the agent won't go on to the next step unless until it take this value, this detail from the user. So if I am talking with the agent, if the agent asks me that what's your name, I'll say that I don't want to give you my name. The agent will reply somehow that it's very important for you to give us the name, because without that we cannot book your appointment. So something like that. All right, so we'll click apply and we have saved this one property, and we'll add some another property because we have to take three things from the agent, three values. Name it as, what do we want? Actually I just forgot. Phone number. Although I think we don't need phone number to ask, but yeah, it's a very good example. simple example, so I don't think nobody will mind it. Okay, so description, we have named it as phone number, and basically this is a variable that we are creating. Description, it's take the number, phone number actually, of the user, and we'll mark it as required, and we will apply. And after that we will create another property for check up type. Oh sorry, don't use this hyphen, instead you should use underscore, and we'll be using description like uh, what should I write here, that the type of medical checkup user wants. Alright, cool. So now we will click up on required and just apply it. So we have created our first function. Now the next part is for make.com, because as you can see here we have a server URL here, server setting, and it is it is looking to have a URL here. I'll explain it later. Let me just show you. So let us move to the make.com process, and I'll show you each and everything, that how we will connect this platform. We can use some other platform, we can use anything, we can use go high level, but in this case definitely I prefer to use make.com, and I am using this one. I'll explain it to you. We have make.com. It's a very great tool to create scenarios, to create automations, stuff like that. So just simply head over to scenario and click on create scenario out here. I hope you guys have some kind of a bit of simple knowledge of make.com. If not, then no issue in that. I'll try to make it a bit more simple at this moment, and after that, as we'll go ahead in the series, we'll get to know about each and everything, the more complexer and complexer situations. So yeah, this is the thing that we have. This is the sheet on which we will design our workflow, our scenario workflow, whatever you want to say it. Let us name it as YT demo 1. Alright, so as you can see here, here is the plus icon from where we will start our automation. We have multiple hundreds of apps out there. The most of the important apps that you use in your daily work. Let's talk about this what do you say, that taskbar, maybe navbar. No, navbar should be right over there. Anyhow, whatever it is, the shortcut platform, whatever it is. Anyhow, we have run ones by which we will be using this thing when we want to test it while creating it. So we'll be using it right now. From here we can activate the scenario. We have multiple types. Actually we haven't created anything, that's why it's showing some error. I'll show it to you. We have save, we have scenario inputs, outputs, some kind of settings. Don't need to go into this stuff. We have some notes, because as we will be building some kind of scenarios, will be, because some scenarios will go much more complexer. So in those that cases, we'll be using some kind of notes, so that we'll get to know about the logic we had while we were creating this thing. And we have previous version and auto align, because some kind of it will look like a bit messy for that reason. Three dots, we have explain flow, export blueprint, import blueprint. Definitely we will, if we are creating something else out here and I want to give this scenario to someone else, I can just simply click on export blueprint, and it will give me the JSON file. If you guys don't know, JSON is very important to understand in this thing. Definitely it's no code, but you still should have some kind of knowledge of data types of JSON, this basic stuff, because it's very important. And that's not rocket science. You can just simply run it in within 1 to 2 days, and you can just simply import a blueprint. If you have a JSON file of a scenario like that, you can just simply import it by clicking and just choosing the file. All right, so I think we have covered a lot of things. This is AI. You can just simply ask him to build a scenario or something else, and it will do it for you. But we should need to understand the basics and the fundamentals. So let's start creating the scenario. First of all, we'll click on the plus icon, and we have multiple apps out there. So what we're gonna do, we will first of all, we are looking to have some kind of link between make.com and that Vapi, that our agent. So for that reason, we'll be using tool module called webhook. We'll be using webhook and we'll be creating a custom webhook. All right. So if I explain that what webhook is, webhook help us to connect make.com, this particular scenario, to our voice agent that we are creating out here, right? So this is some kind of, it works like a connection. It contributes to connect us with our voice agent in this make.com scenario. So create a webhook, we'll create out here. Let give is a name which will be YT. We just create the consistency demo 1 and we'll click save. Okay, so we got a link out here. We got a link which we will be putting out here because we have created this tool, this function, and we want this function to send all of the data to make.com, by which we'll process that data. We can just simply paste it and process it to Google Sheets, or we can just send a mail or whatever we want. So for that reason, we will make the connection of this particular scenario with Vapi's this function which we are using for that our particular voice agent which we have created just now. So yeah, let us connect it here. So we have server settings. We will paste this here and we'll simply click save, and we have got the connection. Save, and we have got the connection out here. We have connected this scenario with our particular agent and especially that particular function. So if I show you that how does it look like. Also, after creating that, you have to connect that particular tool with this agent. So if we head over to tools, as you can see here, that we have created data collection tool, and I'll connect it with this agent that we have just built right now. And also we have to like change some kind of settings because it's very important. We need three details. Could I give name please, child's full name, hold. Actually this was a very good information, but just for understanding and trying to make this quick, I just want to have some changes in the prompt. May I have your no, right? So yeah, okay, I lost it. Data collection, okay, I got you. Could I have your name, contact number to reach you? May I have your email, child's name? Actually this was very good thing. This was variable. Actually I didn't cover variable because that is some kind of like other complex thing which we won't be covering in this video. We'll just talk about the fundamental thing. So let me just remove it. And yeah, at the last I'll add that what checkup type are you looking for? So this was something like I was just talking about a few minutes ago, that you will be having some kind of changes later down in the prompt. You'll restructuring the prompt will have some kind of modifications because as per your need, you definitely try to do it with your prompt, because definitely you have the only option out there to use the prompt. And we will hit publish, and let us talk to the agent and see what happens. Actually before connecting with that, let me just show you one thing. Actually, okay, so this is a very good thing that we get call transcript and we can just simply go from here. If I can show you to the call logs, this is the section of call. Like you can see here, we will be having multiple calls and the data is very important. So Vapi provides us a very great call log by in which we can see the success relation. This is the success relation of which I was just talking about: start time, duration, cost over cost we got on that particular call, ended reason, each and everything. And also you have the authority, like Vapi facilitates you to listen to this recording of any of the calls you have done in your past. So yeah, we'll cover, I think we have covered it the most of the part. Yeah, so what I was just talking about, we our goal is to send this data to make.com, right? So what we're going to do, we are going to activate this webhook by clicking run once. As you can see here, now it's loading, so it's waiting for the data to come. So for that we'll just go to here and we'll talk to the agent so that we can get some data to make.com to activate this scenario and have some kind of other. Hello Jack, how are you doing? Yeah, actually I am just looking for an appointment for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Can you help me out? Yeah, just listen, just general checkup. General checkup. Mm-hmm. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Book it. No issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. My name is Zain. 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yes. Yes. Yeah, my email address is zen@gmail.com. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Hello. No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hello Jack, how are you doing? Yeah, Jack, I'm looking for a general checkup for my little brother for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Can you help me out? Hmm. Yeah, book it. My name is Zain. Zain. Yeah, yeah, for sure. My contact number is 123 456 789. Yeah, 2 years. Gen Yeah, general checkup. Yes. All right. Mhm. Thank you, thank you. We have done our work. All right. So as you can see here, that we had a great talk with Jack. Actually, I just did some kind of improvements in the prompt. As you can see here, that I have written that name, phone number, and checkup type. Send these three details to the data collection function. So it is very important for you to mention it here, that which function for which particular details, because in a single agent will be using multiple scenarios and multiple like endpoints to send over the data. So yeah, it is very important to mention this thing. Anyhow, we are almost done with this thing. As you can see here, that we have done initialization, operation, each and everything. So if we talk about this thing, all right, so as you can see here, that we have got the output. So if we talk about the tool call, then function, then arguments. So as you can see here, right, yeah, so names, and actually we have to train it to get the right name and the right spelling. So we got the name, we got general checkup, and we got the phone number. So I think we got a success in this thing. As you can see here, that we will see the response like this way: message, two calls, one functions, arguments. You have to just take some kind of headache like this. All right, and let's we have got the data, and now our next goal is to take this data and place it into Google Sheets. So for that reason, I think that I need to create a beautiful Google Sheet out here. What I'm doing, blank sheet. Right, so just simple name, phone number, and checkup type. All right. Okay, cool. Now just have some this and this. Yeah, cool. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna attach another module here as Google Sheets, add a row. Okay, so I went a bit fast. Sorry for that. So we are going to connect Google Sheets to take this data and place it into Google Sheet. We have multiple like options out here, but definitely we cannot cover all of them in this video. So what we do need, we need to add a new row. So as we get a new entry from the call, definitely a person will call and book an appointment. We'll add up a new row with all the important details. So we'll click on add a new row, we'll create a connection, just sign in with your Google account, continue. It's very simple. Yeah, select our, continue. All right, so as you can see here, that we have got the complete connection with Google Sheets. First of all, we have to connect that particular sheet, because as I don't have any kind of sheets in the backend, but you will have mostly probably a lot of sheets out there. So you can just search by path or select from all, spreadsheet ID. These are the things, these are the variables. We'll cover it maybe in some next videos when we will cover complete make.com. But yeah, for now, let's talk about spreadsheet ID. Spreadsheet ID is this thing, this after this slash and before this. This ID is the spreadsheet ID. which we will paste out here. And here we go. We have connected this sheet to make.com. I hope you are getting that what I am trying to uh, pass through. Sheet name, sheet 1. As you can see here that we have the sheet 1 as the name. And table contains header. What does that mean? That this is our table and these are the headers. So it's asking about that, does this table contain any kind of header or not? Definitely we have, that's why we have this as yes. And as you can see here, it has already identified and have seen that how does the header look like. So for this particular entry we have name, we have phone number, we have checkup. So these are like this and this columns. So the column A, column B, column C. And now the thing here is that we have to pass a variable and we have to attach it with this particular entry, so that every time we will get a new lead, it will automatically process, create a new row, and it will automatically pass through that information and paste the name into the name section, phone number into phone number section, and checkup type into checkup type section. So if we get into name and we go to here, we go to function, we go to arguments. As you can see here, we have got the variable as name. I hope you are getting. This is some kind of the response that we have got from webhook. If you are having some kind of multiple modules behind it, you'll see a very great list out there. So but since we have only one module, which is our webhook, so that's why it's showing all of the possible details that we can get from webhook to paste it into our Google Sheets. It's showing out here. So we'll completely click on name and paste it over here, as you can see here. So we have passed it a variable. So by that, what will happen, every new lead name will automatically create a new row and will get pasted out here. Phone number, phone number, and checkup type, we will click on the variable checkup type, click on save, and there we go. All right, so now I will do again another call from Vapi, and we'll try to get all of the data out here in this format. Let's do the quick call. Hello Jack, how are you? Yeah, actually Jack, I'm looking for a general checkup for tomorrow 2 p.m. for my little brother. Yeah, my little brother, not project, little brother. My name is Zain, Z-A-I-N, Zain. Yeah, it's 123456789. Mm-hmm. Yeah, continue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, work for you. Yeah, general checkup. Alright, alright. Hey, I don't need you now. Anyhow, so we have got the data, as you can see here, as message, tool calls, one, functions, arguments, and this. Just ignore the spelling. We'll work on this system area, prompt area later down. And if we talk about Google Sheets, output, updates, and if you see here, as you can see here, that we have got our data completely pasted. Just need to give it some, yeah. So we have received our data successfully, and whenever, what we will do, we will just click here to make it run on autopilot, that whenever we'll receive a call, The agent from Vapi from here will pick up the call, will talk to it. Definitely we will work. Today we just cover up the fundamentals and we just talk about that how the system uh, is getting built on all of our projects. But yeah, we'll talk about that how we can create this particular prompt in such a way so that it won't mess up like this, like it was doing at this moment. But yeah, anyhow, we have got the data out here, and I hope that you got some kind of clearance that how these systems are connected and how these kind of agents are getting built. This was just a very basic, simple, fundamental scenario. We have very complex scenarios out there which we'll be covering in some next videos. But yeah, but for today, successfully made the agent, understood that how these systems works, connected make.com with Wappy, and after that we have successfully got the data in our Google Sheets. So I think it was a very great win for today. You have spent some time, you have learned this thing, and you are really better in the understanding of AI voice agents. And once you have understood the core, the rest of the process will be very easier for you to understand, because this is the only thing that you need to understand at first. After that, the complex things you'll make them all along. No issue in that. So, alright, this was something that I tried to do it on myself. I uploaded almost 100 reels throughout last 4 months. But as since we have crossed 100 reels, I thought that it will be a great time to get into the long form content. So yeah, from just this week, we'll be uploading minimum one video every single week, and I'll try to pass through all the knowledge that I have related to AI voice agents to you guys. It will be a very great experience. If you have any kind of question, I try my best to convey these fundamental and basic stuff to you. If you have any kind of questions, just ask me in the comments, or you can just simply head over to description. You'll find my Instagram, my Facebook. You can just simply text me out there and we can have a talk. Any question, just ask me. And we are done for today. Let me see you in the next video. Bye bye.